96.7 KCAL rocks. It is your Thursday time to talk some sports with our guy, Pep. Pep, what's going on?
Yo, Patrick, good morning. Hey, we want to talk about sports, but I think everyone wants to talk about the weather right now, right? The storm of the century, the blizzard here in Southern California. Getting some snow in the Redlands, Yucaipa area. It's been crazy. But yeah, the weird thing is we've got all this crazy, wacky weather, and we've got NASCAR rolling into town. We got Auto Club Speedway, the Cup race, the Apollo Casino 400 on Sunday, and of course, practice laps and qualifying, the Xfinity Series. I don't know what this week's going to look like, Patrick, leading up to the Cup race on Sunday because of the weather.
I mean, it seems like it's going to be a major problem, obviously. And you know what? We've dealt with this in years past in terms of some rain coming in. But this is supposed to be one of the biggest storms of the 21st century, they're saying. So I think it could be an issue.
That's what I'm saying, man. Storm of the century. They're saying like blizzard watch in SoCal. So I've got a bunch of the snow out here, so I know what they're talking about. But we're coming into Cup weekend here at Fontana. What's cool is, Patrick, I'm a traditionalist. They used to do, you race the Daytona 500 to kick off the season, the Great American Race, and then you go all the way across the country, and then the second race of the year would be at Auto Club Speedway at Fontana, and that's what they're doing again. So I think that's kind of cool because this is the final race in this 2-mile oval at Auto Club Speedway. They're going to create a short track. It's going to be a half-mile track. So we will not have NASCAR next season. Hopefully the year after that, which would be 2025. But yeah, this is the last time you're going to see the Cup race on a 2-mile track at Auto Club Speedway.
I know. I'm a little depressed because I'm a super speedway fan.
Mm-hmm.
I like the 200 miles per hour.
Yeah, me too. Like, I like the long straightaways. I like the big tracks. Like, those short tracks, I just feel like it's hard to maneuver. Like, you kind of get stuck and bunched up. But, yeah, they're going to a half mile. So is it going to be carnage and fun? Yeah, it probably will be. But, yeah, I'm with you. I like the super speedways where you got those big straightaways. They get going fast. I think there's a lot more of a lot more variables. Things can happen during a race with a super speedway.
Right.
So I'm very excited about this weekend. Coming off Daytona 500, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is your Daytona 500 champion. So we'll see if he can keep that up as they roll into Fontana this weekend. And a lot of the big names, are the favorites, like Kevin Harvick. And I'm a Harvick guy. I think Kevin Harvick has a realistic shot. Kyle Busch. Some of those big traditional Joey Logano. So, but yeah, the NASCAR weekend is here in Southern California. But again, the story that everybody wants to talk about right now is the weather, and certainly it will affect the NASCAR activities leading up to Sunday's Cup race.
Yeah, it is. It's going to wet a lot of things down. We'll have to see what happens, man. It's something that obviously, football can kind of survive some of this stuff. But when you need to stick on that track going 200 miles an hour, you need it not to be slick.
Yeah, and all the stuff leading up to it. We talked about, practice time, the qualifying, the Xfinity race, like all that other stuff going up to Sunday. So we'll see. I got a feeling maybe we'll have some NASCAR on Monday. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's going to be a long weekend for NASCAR fans here in Southern California.
Yeah.
Well, Patrick, it's the weather today. The other big thing is today is 23-23, February 23rd. 2023. So in honor of the greatest 23 of all time, and don't at me on social media, is Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time. And I saw this is kind of cool as we segue into NBA, is he donated $10 million to the Make-A-Wish Foundation on his 60th birthday, which was last week. So in honor of the GOAT, number 23, on 23 Day, just a quick salute to Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time. I'm not getting into the LeBron James versus Michael Jordan debate right now, but I thought that was pretty cool for his 60th birthday, which I can't believe he's 60.
Right, Michael is 60, my goodness. But yeah, I mean, he was something else. In our childhood, in the 80s and the 90s, there was nothing like it.
No. Those shoes everyone's wearing? Yeah, that guy actually played basketball. Those Jordans, those J's you're wearing, he played basketball. He was pretty good.
Yeah, man, not just some shoes.
All right, NBA, and I did not see this coming, Patrick. So the Lakers traded away Russell Westbrook, and he actually ended up landing with the LA Clippers. In fact, it became official last night, and they're saying he might play as early as tomorrow on Friday. So Russell Westbrook jumping from LA team to LA team.
Right. And I know the initial thought is, oh man, the Clippers are going to make the exact same mistake that the LA Lakers made. The only ray of hope, I think, is there was a small connection between Paul George and Russell Westbrook when they were on the Thunder together. So maybe that can work because you actually have maybe a player who understands Russ, which sounds like that is very important because he sounds like somebody who's hard to understand.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think he gets along with everybody. I think he kind of rubs
No.
people the wrong way. If you don't know him, if you understand him and know him, maybe it's a different story. But the Clippers, I think, different from the Lakers, the Clippers have a bunch of guys who can shoot the basketball. Like if you
Yes.
ask Russell, listen, he might not be able to shoot as well as he once did, but he still brings a lot of energy. He can grab rebounds. He can come up with steals. Like he's going to lock somebody down on deep. Like he still goes hard. He plays hard. So like if he understands his role, and the other Clippers are the guys shooting the jumpers, like Paul George, and shooting the threes. I don't know, man. I kind of think this makes sense. He's on a team that doesn't need him to score. And I thought that was the case with the Lakers, but outside of LeBron and AD, they didn't really have like scores on the team. So maybe he felt the need to try to contribute offensively. But I think his role will be different with the Clippers based on the Clippers roster.
And he's a little bit different now. He's grown up a little bit, and I think we've seen that he can even provide a spark off the bench. So yes, he might be able to help out.
Yeah, I just didn't see the Clippers saying, you know what, we need one more guy to make this championship run. You know who'd be perfect? Russell Westbrook, and that's exactly who they got. So,
Didn't see that coming.
did not see that coming, man.
No.
And finally, again, you wouldn't know it by looking out the window and seeing this crazy weather, but it is spring training. It is happening right now down in Florida and also Arizona, the Cactus League, of course. And, we're starting to see some of these new guys report to spring training, Patrick. And I say new guys like your boy JT. I'm not talking about Justin Timberlake. I'm talking about Justin Turner of the Dodgers, formerly of the Dodgers. Saw him in a Red Sox uniform for the first time. And some of these guys, when they put on that new uniform, it just looks weird. It just doesn't sit right. And JT is one of those guys I'm like, man, that just does not look right.
No, it doesn't look right now, but I have to admit, the red beard, the Irish place that Boston is, I can see him kind of fitting. I could see him in Fenway for some reason.
Yeah, he's just one of those gritty guys. He's going to play
Yeah.
hard. He's going to get dirty. His uniform's going to be all messed up at the end of the night. He's got the big red beard. Yeah, I think they're going to love him in Boston. Just like they loved our guy Kike Hernandez, when he left the Dodgers and went to the Red Sox. So, yeah, some of these guys
Kind
popping
of
up.
He's in that Kevin Youkilis territory.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, my gosh.
Boston dude.
That's those Boston Red Sox teams, kind of like the Oakland A's had some of those teams too, where like the guys had beards, they're just kind of rough around the edges and gritty. Like I think he kind of fits with the whole Boston culture over there.
He does. I think he does.
So yeah, it is kind of weird to see some of these guys as they get ready for their first spring training games and their first new uniforms and their new uniforms coming up this weekend. So we're gonna have spring training baseball. But the big thing, if you're an Angels fan, is Shohei Ohtani going into his contract year. Patrick, this is it. Like one more year on his contract with the Angels, and already the conversation is he going to re-sign? And if he's not going to re-sign, where's he going to end up? Like, how much money is he going to get? Because he is going to break the bank. He is going to get paid.
He is. I mean, the reason that he is pushing the number is because of his duality. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's really a great home run hitter and a great pitcher all rolled into one. I mean, the magic number seems to be, how many years will it be? But I mean, it sounds like it's around $50 million a year. He is going to break the bank. Is he going to get away from the Angels? I'm going to say he does, especially since the Angels did not sell. I think that means Ohtani's out of here.
I know. Like, I think for Angel fans, they were excited when Artie Moreno, the owner, put the team up for sale. They thought that was going to be a positive thing. He ended up not wanting to sell the team and pulling it back. And what does that mean for Ohtani? I guess we're just going to have to wait. But you're right. Whoever pays for him, it's probably going to be about $50 million a year. The whole contract might be about $500 million. Patrick, that's $500 million for a baseball player. But you're right. There's nobody else like him. He's going to get that money. He is that good at the plate, and he is that good at the mound. He's going to get his money, but whether it comes from the Angels, I don't know, man. I feel like it might be a long shot at this point.
Take it in, Angel fans, because I think he's out of here. You know what I mean?
He might be, and we're all going to look back and be like, man, they had Ohtani. They had Mike Trout. They had, let's say, Anthony Rendon. They've had some good players. They just can't put it together. So hopefully this will be a special year for the Angels, and somehow they can break that piggy bank and find enough coins in there to keep Ohtani to stay. But, dude, all the big major markets are going to come for him. You know they are the Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, maybe the Dodgers. Yeah. He might stay in SoCal. Who knows?
Even my Mariners are taking a look at him.
Yes.
Man. We'll have to see what happens. That's what we got our guy, Pep. He'll be back on your Monday. Pep, tell him how to get your stuff.
Hey, bundle up and get my stuff on Inland Sports, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel as well. That's Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.